What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new video here on my channel. I'm Chad. Today we're going to be taking a look at a vehicle, and let me tell you, we're going back to the year 2003. You just might remember this car, right? I mean, maybe you had one, maybe your girlfriend had one, maybe your boyfriend had one. I don't know, but what I do know is a lot of y'all had Dodge Durangos. So stay with us. Let's talk about it. Let's drive it, and let's see what the Durango is all about. Alright guys, so before we get out there and start looking at Durango, let's get this top button undone. Let's get a little comfortable, right? I'm gonna first talk with y'all a little bit because I love talking to all my fans and subscribers here on the channel. Today the phone rang at the dealership and I picked up and a guy says, he says, hey, one of y'all's cars is broke down on the side of the interstate off of Interstate I-26 of exit 213. I said, really? One of our cars is broke down? He said, yeah, one of y'all's cars is broke down. I said, well, I don't know if any of our cars broke down on the side of the interstate, but I said, what kind of car is it? Immediately, I'm like, you know what? It's a Dodge. Got to be a Dodge, got to be a Chrysler, got to be one of them type of cars, right? Because about every car we sell, the ones that don't break down are Japanese and American cars that aren't Dodges. But here's what we're getting at. The guy says, man, he says it is a Dodge Journey. It's silver in color, okay? Silver in color, and it's a Dodge Journey. So I thought about it for a minute. I said, you know what? I said, yep, that's our car. I said, we sold it last week. And he said, well, it's broke down on the side of the interstate. He said, I saw it out there. He said, if I owned a dealership or had a dealership, I'd hate to see my car out there on the side of the interstate. And I just wanted to give you a call and let you know. I said, bro, thank you so much. There's not a lot of people out there that would do something like that, right? You just keep on riding down the interstate. I know I probably wouldn't do that, but he saw it and it had one of them dated plates on the back. So whoever bought the silver Dodge Journey from us, I'm so sorry that it broke down on you. It's obviously broken down to the point where it's sitting on the side of an interstate right now today. That was probably about 2 hours ago. So, in my head, even though maybe a Dodge Ram truck is pretty good, and a lot of people that own Dodges, when I say Dodges are POSs, they go, oh no, not mine, mine wasn't. But unfortunately, guys, I've seen a lot of Dodge products that we've sold here breaking down. For instance, 2 weeks ago, we sold a Dodge Avenger. Looks just like the one right here. Dodge Avenger. Two girls from Georgia bought it. I've talked about it before. They left here, bought it for $2,200 cash. Went back to Georgia, got on Interstate 95. They're calling us up. They said the transmission just freaking blew on it. Not a good car, okay? So guys and girls, stay away from the Dodges. But today we're going to try to see if the Dodge Durango is going to be a better choice than maybe an Avenger or a Journey or a Chrysler. A lady here just 5 minutes ago, I'm talking with her. I mean, guys, the stories keep coming in every single day about Dodges and Chryslers. A lady not even 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes, whatever, she just left. I'm out here walking with her on the lot. She says, I need a car. She said, my husband just had a stroke about 3 months ago. She says, I'm in a pickle. She said, I have no vehicle. I got to get my husband downtown to the doctors and the hospitals. They live out here in Hollywood, which is right out here in Ravenel. She's like, I'm in a pickle. I said, ma'am, what happened? She said, sir, she's like, a year and 1 month ago. This lady knew it down to the date. A year and 1 month ago, I went to Drive Time and I purchased a Chrysler 200. She said, just about a month ago or whatever, you know, she's like, the engine went. What? Yeah, the engine's gone. I said, well, what happened to the motor? She said it blew a head gasket. Oh, God. And she says, I got a repossession. I'm sorry, you know? Like I had to tell her just now, I'm sorry to hear that you're going through so much trouble. your husband, the car, you're having to work. I get it. I mean, that's life, right? Life's not easy, not for all of us. But that's gotta suck, you know? Because now she's having to borrow her sister. God bless her sister for letting her use her Nissan right now. Another one of those type of cars though that give a lot of problems, Nissans. I'm starting to rate Nissan just as bad as damn Dodge for the Japanese side. I'm sure a lot of y'all would agree with me. But anyways, I asked her, I said, did you have a warranty? Yeah, I bought a warranty, but the warranty didn't cover that. So I mean, that's what we're dealing with here, folks, okay? So please, be very cautious before you go out and buy yourself a Dodge, a Chrysler, a Jeep, something in that parameter. That's all I'm saying. And that's why we're gonna film the Durango right now. And it's taken us 6 to 7 minutes to get through because I need y'all to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Be very cautious before buying a Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. All right, now with that being said, I'm gonna be cautious while driving it. Let's do it. All right, everybody, so this is a 2003 Dodge Durango. It definitely is bright red in color. I mean, just look at it. And actually, when it was coming in on the 18-wheel truck this past Friday, I said, man, that's actually a pretty good looking Durango right there. I mean, it really is good looking. I mean, I like it, man. It's not too big. I know it looks big on camera, but it's not really that big. And it's in pretty good shape, man. The red paint's nice and shiny on it. Okay, other than got a little scratch right there, but tires look pretty decent. The grill looks good. The headlights aren't too faded out. I mean, pretty good looking car, right? The Dodge Durango. And also the price up on the window is pretty darn attractive at $2,900. Make me an offer, hell, you get a car for $25. I mean, what a deal. But anyways, you got Ironman tires on here. The tires are not brand new, okay? You got some tread that's probably about halfway worn down, so it's gonna need tires on it in about 6 to 8 months, maybe. I don't know, it depends on how much you drive. It got the tinted windows, which looks nice. You got the roof racks up top, so that's not too bad. And that's not too terribly big. Now, my next question is what kind of engine is inside of this car? You know, does it got the V8? Does it got the V6? I don't think the Hemi necessarily was a thing back in '03, okay? It's an SLT though. It's not all dented up. I mean, it does have its fair share of little scuffs and scratches, but the body on it is actually in pretty good shape. I gotta go swap out my camera battery real quick, and when we get back, we're gonna hop inside of here and we're gonna take it for a run. All right, today's video is sponsored by Salty Crew. Salty Crew. What is that? It says on there, thrill seekers and risk takers. Is that me? Am I a thrill seeker and a risk taker? I think so. I'm definitely a risk taker. Guys, one time in 2010, my little girl was born, and Daddy here, new Daddy, worked at the Acura and Audi store here in Charleston for 10 years, okay, before my daughter was born. You want to talk about a risk taker? Me and my wife had a little townhouse, and I told my wife, I said, sweetie, I want to quit being a car salesman and I want to be a video salesman. And what a time to do that, you know, to quit your job right after having a child, right? My wife at the time, which is still my wife now, she had enough confidence in her husband to say, you know what, do what you want to do. You go out there and be a video salesman. And we tried it. And for about 6 months, I went out there and hustled up and we started. And let me tell you folks, I never went back to be a car salesman at a dealership since, until coming here. 2018 was a tough year for us. And I had to find a little job somewhere making some money. But I'm gonna bounce back. But before we bounce back, I think we're bouncing back already right here on YouTube. We're having a good time doing it, and that's the goal. So anyways, guys, we're inside of Durango right now. Pretty, you know, I'm actually really surprised by this car right now. It is extremely clean inside. It smells good. It's got the key and the remote. The remote is in good shape. I mean, look at that. The other thing that surprises me right now is we bought this car Friday. It got here Friday afternoon. We've test driven it with probably 3 or 4 customers over the weekend, and nobody bought it yet. So that surprises me. Because usually a good SUV for a cash price like that usually sells quick. So there's got to be some reason on why it hadn't sold over the weekend. And I'm gonna find that out today. All right, everybody, we got her cranked up and running. Let's go drive her over that way for a minute. I got her in drive. A few things we're gonna check out. Well, we're gonna make sure the AC is working. That's for sure. You know, you got to have air conditioner in your car. If you don't have AC, that could perturb somebody from buying it. And just while driving it right now, I'm feeling cool air coming out of the vents, so I know we got AC inside of her. So that's a good thing. A few other things we're going to look at real quickly. Even though it's nice and clean in here, we want to make sure that our engine is somewhat up to par, okay? We do currently right now have low gas, okay, which is a common occurrence here at the car lot. And we also have a check engine light, which is another common occurrence here at the car lot. A combination of both will also perturb somebody from buying a car. They won't test drive it very far down the road because it's low on gas, and the check engine light scares people because it could be something extremely serious, but in most cases not. Sometimes it's just a sensor of some sort, and we're going to figure that out too, okay? I'm going to grab my OBD2 sensor since we got a quiet, slow day today, and we're going to check it out. Let's make sure our radio works.
Hide some help.
All right, we're not going to put that on for very long. No copyright strike here. CD player, tape deck also, okay? So taking it back to the CD player and the tape deck days, and you got all your air. It's not getting extremely cold though. It's kind of a cool, and sometimes you got to drive the car a little bit and it'll start blowing a little colder. All this is working except for that light bulb is out over there. You have no lights in your mirrors, okay? But all this is very clean inside of the car. I mean, guys, look how clean it is. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is extremely clean for a 2003. So, I mean, I'm kind of curious right now, why is this car so clean? I'm really wondering. I mean, I want to show y'all guys. I mean, look, this looks like it's never hardly been used. I mean, look down in here. I know it's hard to see, but I mean, I want you to see this with your eyes. Look how clean all this is. I mean, this is the junk drawer of an automobile is in the center console. This is where everybody throws all their junk and trash. Are you telling me that someone that owned this Dodge Durango kept it this clean and didn't put anything in there, didn't drink any drinks in here? I mean, look at the dash. I mean, look at this, people. I want you to see this, okay? Look how clean the manual is. Now, either somebody that owned this took extremely good care of it. I mean, there's even a little razor blade in there. The manuals, the books are looking pristine. I mean, this is very rare. I mean, look how clean and how you can see through these plastics here. Okay, I mean, this is nice. And I mean, look in the glove box. I mean, there's no dirt in there. The dash is not cracked up. The seats are in great shape, okay? I mean, look at them seats. The carpets, we really got to do some investigating and looking, because a car like this for a 2003 with 194,000 miles, if you can see that right there, that's a lot of miles, okay? But hey, the horn works. I mean, we got to check it out, guys. I mean, look at the driver's seat. Okay, I mean, that's a good indication that it's worn a little bit right in here, but still, right there. Usually on older cars like this, you'll have a hole right here. There's a little rippage going on right there, but I mean, this is incredible. Power seats are still working. You got lumbar in the back and in the bottom. I'm impressed. I really, truly am impressed. Another spot we're going to look at right now is right here. I mean, look at the pedals, guys. They're not all worn out. There's no metal showing. On a 200,000 mile 03, this should be worn out. Down here on the floors, okay? The floors should be worn out. I mean, this is pretty incredible, guys. It really is. I'm not just trying to amp it up because we're on a video here. I am being pretty straight up with you about this. Before we get under the hood, though, let's look in the back. Now, I do see some cigarette burns on these areas, okay? So somebody smoked, but it doesn't smell like cigarette on the inside, which is another thing I find kind of interesting. It is almost like, and I hate to say it, but I'm almost feeling like this car was like redone over or something. But I mean, there's a little cigarette burn right there. But I mean, this is, I mean, the carpets. Third row seat, what? It's got third row seats in the back. I mean, they're in beautiful. I mean, I'm blown away right now, guys. I really am. This has got to be the cleanest 03 Durango I've seen ever. Okay? Now, I know for a fact there's probably a few Durangos like this in the United States of America that somebody owns that are in mint condition, like a car collector may have bought one of these, like an RT version or whatever, and it's in beautiful shape. But for it to have 193,000 miles on it, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there right now. This has got to be the cleanest 03 Durango with 193,000 miles in the world. In the world. We got ourselves something special. Let's open up the trunk, see what we got going on here in the back. I mean, the cleanliness continues, guys. I mean, it really does. Look at this. Got a 12-volt outlet in the back. Pretty sweet. You got your third rows. I mean, whoever came here this past weekend to look at this car and didn't buy it was either didn't have the money to really buy this car, okay? That's one reason. They didn't buy it because they necessarily didn't have enough money to buy it. Or they were just stupid. Or they just didn't like it. They didn't want a Durango. But I'm going to tell you right now, if this thing drives out good, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to shout it all over the world here on YouTube. Come buy this Durango for $29.95. All right, that's the part we get into next. Let's go take it out for a spin. All right, everybody, let's put them in gear and let's drive them. We'll go ahead and roll our windows down. You know, I just got done talking to the guys that own our store here about this vehicle. I said, guys, what is the deal on this Durango? I mean, why is it this clean? He said, Chad, this is clean because obviously somebody who owned it previously took care of it. That is a very rare thing to find, it seems like. He also said the reason it's clean too is because nobody probably ate inside the vehicle. He said if you don't eat inside your car, it really makes it stay clean. Anyways, it has the larger V8 motor under here. He said it's like a 5.1 liter or 5.9, I think it is. It got a little whistle with a belt. Okay, I hear that. AC's already blowing nice and cold. But this thing's pretty smooth. It sits up nice and high off the ground, which I kind of like. So that's a nice feeling. And it's a Durango, but it's a good-looking Durango. Wow. Let's try out the brakes real quick, see how they feel. Brakes feel good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull into the gas station real quickly here and see how everything's going. I'm impressed. I mean, this is a nice riding car. Wow. Let's get out and take a look under the hood real quickly here and see what we got going on there. That's always important, you know. But man, the vehicle, it really drives pretty nice here. Can't beat it, man. Let's see how reverse gear feels. Oh, you can feel that 5.9 under there. I mean, you know, you just got to hit the throttle down and it's got the pickup. Something about Dodges, you know. People like Dodges. Ain't nothing wrong with people liking Dodges, that's for sure. But I just have seen a lot of stuff go on with Dodge vehicles. And, you know, I just don't want to, my main thing, guys, I don't want to sell cars to somebody that's going to give them a bunch of problems, at least right after they buy it, you know? I mean, only time will tell. All right, guys, let's hop out. Let's take a look under the hood. All right, everybody, let's take a look up under the hood of the Durango, see what we got going on under here. Let's see where the old hood latch is on a Durango. Got to be right up in there somewhere, right? Gotta be. Where is it at? I want to chop my finger off. I've always wondered, can you chop your finger off putting your finger in here? Man. Well, not easy finding the latch to pop a hood, man. We could be a damn 5-minute video just trying to figure that out today. Well, Houston, I think we got a problem. Where is the hood latch on a Durango, guys? Here it is, right there. So if you ever wanted to know, right there. And the nice thing about this, I tell you, I think the quality of Dodge vehicles might have been a little better back in the day on the craftsmanship. You got this going on here instead of them shocks. Them shocks by now would have gone out with a big hood like this. That's a lot better. Anyways, let's take a look at the motor. We got a brand spanking new battery. I mean, if you can't tell that's brand new, something's wrong with you. You got a super start there. There's your, all that going on. Anyways, your pulleys look good. I don't got any crazy shaking going on. Looks all pretty smooth under there. Your belt, your fan's doing what it's supposed to do. It's spinning. Okay. You got a huge amp wire here to run an amp in here. So obviously somebody had some subwoofers in it at one point. Now the story is kind of coming into play, right? You got the Dodge Magnum logo there. You got your intake manifold with your filter. Massive engine though. And yeah, it's a 5.9 liter. I'm surprised they don't have an RT logo somewhere under here. But anyways, maybe they didn't have RT back then. I'm not really sure. I'm sure they did though. I mean, Dodge is big on that. Look like we got something going on. What is going on here? Look like we missing. Oh, there we go. We're missing that. So let's put that back on. All right. Well, the air's blowing pretty good on that. So see if we can pop that back on. Anyways, but engine coolant. I'm gonna put that in the car somewhere. But yeah, that's where the coolant goes. Window washer fluid here, coolant over there. So that needs to be fixed. It looked like it broke off of there. But I mean, that's not gonna be safe riding down the road with that popping up. There we go. Now it's clipped on. Okay. Anyways, other than that, I don't see anything too odd. Other than we do got some leaves under here. Okay, got some leaves in there. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of oil leaks right now from where I'm standing. You know, we got a little grease going on right up in there, but nothing looking real fresh. Okay, no freshness of any kind of stuff going on under there. Nothing wet, you know, no little. I don't got any wet spots in here, you know. Like on a Friday night, got the lady a little wet, you know. Oh my goodness. Anyways. All right, under the hood looks good. I don't have any splashes of any greases or any craziness going on under there. Obviously the original color was red, so that's a good sign. The grill's in good shape under there. I mean, this is also all looking really good here, okay? So that's nice and clean. It doesn't look like anything's bent, okay? You know, that was the first thing I was wondering, was maybe the car got in a bad wreck before and had a bunch of stuff replaced. But what I'm getting to right now is that when I saw the speaker wire in there, it automatically told me what we got here. We most likely had a person that owned this that took care of it. A lot of times people that are in the stereo stuff, putting speakers in and all that, car shows, all that kind of thing, they are a little more concerned with keeping their car clean, and that's most likely what we had going on here. So I always wonder, who is the guy here with the tattoos, the cello, and the cool cigarettes? I mean, he's really trying to make it look cool. Hey, I'm smoking, I'm cool. I think you're cooler if you're smoking the non-filters, or maybe the Dutch Masters. Anyways, guys, the Durango is nice and clean. Let's give it one more spin back down the highway here, and let's get on back to the job place. All right, let's get the booking, guys. Let's see what the 5.9 liter can do. I'm ready. Suspension feels good. Brakes are good. Let's take it down for a home run kicker. Come on. Come on, Dodge. Show me today what Dodge is all about. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. With the AC on. Here we go. Mash it down. Let's go. Well, what is... Okay. Now that Acceleration's good, doesn't feel too bad, but I take that back. It definitely didn't kick up and go like I thought it would. You know, I was expecting more power out of that 5.9 liter. I'm gonna slow down, give it some brake pad real quick. Let's mash it down one time, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, it accelerates, but I guess horsepower, or maybe torque, is not this vehicle's, torque might be its strong power, but horsepower, not so much. All right, well, there you go. There you have it. All right, guys. We got somebody looking at the Mercedes. Mr. Mike Tyson's out there working his deals and getting things done. But one thing's for sure, this Durango is going to sell extremely quick. So stay with us.